All right, let's dive into the world of React. Today, we're going to strip away all the complexity and get right down to the absolute basics. So if you've ever been curious about how modern websites are actually built, you are in exactly the right place. Let's get into it.
So to get started, I want you to think about something really simple. Lego bricks, right? You take these small individual pieces, you snap them together, and you can build literally anything you can imagine. Well, it turns out the web works in a very, very similar way, using these tiny, reusable digital bits and pieces.
And that's exactly where React comes in. See, React isn't the bricks themselves. Think of it more like the ultimate toolkit that lets you design, create, and combine all these digital bricks to build some truly incredible, interactive user interfaces. And today, that's what we're going to learn to do.
Okay, first things first. Before we can start building anything, we gotta unbox our Lego set, right? And the really cool thing about React is that getting started is way, way simpler than you might think.
Believe it or not, you don't need any complicated tools or massive downloads to get going. All you really need is a link. Yeah, just a link. You can think of it like a starter kit that's just always there, waiting for you on the internet.
Now that link points to something called a CDN, which stands for Content Delivery Network. But let's just keep it simple. A CDN is basically a prepackaged, ready-to-use box of React tools that lives online. It's kind of like having an infinite supply of Legos you can access anytime you want.
So, how do you actually use it? It's literally 2 steps. First, you just create a plain, empty HTML file. You know the one. Second, you copy and paste the CDN links right into the head of that file. And that's it, seriously. Your project now has all the power of React just waiting to be used.
All right, so we've got our kit unboxed. Now for the fun part. It's time to create our very first digital brick.
In the React world, we don't call them bricks, we call them elements, but it's the same idea. Every single piece of a user interface, a button, a title, an image, you name it, is an element. And we're going to build our first one right now. And this is where it all clicks. On the left, you've got your standard, everyday HTML for a heading. We've all seen that. Now look at the right. That's the React way of doing the exact same thing. It's a simple command, react.createElement. And all it's doing is describing that same heading in a language that React understands.
So let's pull that apart for a second. The first part, the H1, just tells React what type of brick we want. In this case, a big heading. The second part, null, that's for its properties. Think of it like the color or size of the brick. We're just leaving it blank for now. And that third part, hello world, well, that's just the text we want to put inside our brick. See? Simple.
Okay, making one brick is cool and all, but let's be honest, the real magic of Legos and React is when you start snapping those bricks together to build something bigger.
The secret to building anything complex, from a tiny button to a huge web application, is this one simple idea called nesting. It's just placing elements inside of other elements. That's how you create structure. Okay, let's build a quick little structure together. First up, we'll create our inner brick. And hey, we already know this one. It's our simple Hello World heading element. This is going to be our child brick.
Of course, that heading needs a home, right? A container to sit in. So next, we'll create an outer brick. This time, we'll use a div element, which is just a super common container used all over the web. This will be our parent brick.
And now, for the magic part, we just snap them together. Check this out. See the third part of our div element? Instead of putting text in there like before, we're putting our entire heading element there instead. That's it. We've just nested one brick right inside another.
So you might be thinking, okay, cool, but why is this such a big deal? Well, this simple idea, it's everything. Nesting is how you build page layouts. It's how you group related stuff together. It's how you build big, complicated components from small, simple ones. This one pattern is the foundation for pretty much every modern web application. So here's the big takeaway. You have just learned the single most fundamental, most important pattern in all of React. It's called composition, just the simple art of building bigger things by combining smaller things. Every React app, no matter how massive or complex, is just the same idea, repeated over and over and over again.
So let's do a super quick recap. First, we got our kit just by adding a simple CDN link. Then, we made our very first brick using React.element. And finally, the most important part, we learned how to snap them together by nesting them. Get the kit, make a brick, snap them together. It's really that straightforward.
So there you have it. You now understand the core mechanic of building with React. You know how to make the digital bricks, and you know how to snap them together. The only question left is, what are you going to build?